Hi, I'm Kim Patino of Coffee and Cakes in Frodsham, and on behalf of cakebaker.co.uk I'm going to demonstrate how to ice a wedding cake. This will be the finished article. This is a 2-tier wedding cake, obviously half black and half ivory. So I'm going to show you how to flat ice, do the base icing for any wedding cake or indeed any birthday cake. I tend to use white marzipan, the natural marzipan, and you need to cover the gap that usually sits at the bottom there. Because you've turned it over, you've got the uneven bit on the board. So you just need to roll out sausage-shaped pieces and then plug the gap at the bottom. One hand on the cake and the other one then can push the marzipan in the gap. You then need a standard palette knife, again one hand on the cake, and smooth it all the way around so it pushes it into the gap, and you get a smooth side then for the icing and the marzipan to sit on. You need to then roll the marzipan out for the top. Knead it a little bit so that the smooth side comes to the top. Just needs to be evenly rolled out and enough to cover across the cake and down the sides. So you just need to roll it quite big. Thin layer of jam on each side. This will just help the marzipan to stick to the cake. The jam just helps it to slide a little bit, and you can just manoeuvre it into the right place. Slight pressure on it, not a lot of pressure, but you can just feel when it's smoothed over, and then just start working around the sides. Then start to trim the edge and just go straight in line with that. Right, we're going to ice the cake now. We've covered it with marzipan, we've got it all ready to ice, and we're going to cover it with roll-out icing. So we're going to cover the cake, and we're also going to cover the board, so you need it slightly bigger than the marzipan that you rolled out, because it has to come down the sides of the cake and have enough to go on the board so that no board will show. And you need to just place it, start at the front, over the top, and then just let go. And then you smooth it where it falls. So again, more ice and sugar on the top, and start working down each bit. You need to just trim around the board then. So just feel for where the edge of the board is, and a nice smooth knife, not serrated, just a smooth one, and start to work all the way around the board. Then using the smoother tool again, just around the very edge of the board, just tidies any loose ends up. Once you've iced your wedding cake, you can then turn it into really any design you like. This is just one tier, bottom iced in white with black hearts, and again round the base drum we've put black ribbon on. The second tier is on a separate thin board in between, and you just ice that as a separate cake. Put it, literally sit it straight on the top of the other cake, and you just join then with just basic bead icing, ribbon decoration, very simple design, and again quite effective. But that just gives you some idea of what you can do when you've iced the base then, and there's not an awful lot of work in that, and it looks quite effective when it's finished.